How the heck are you guys? I am Fastidious. Welcome back to the channel, and oh my god, look at that. The portal is glowing red. That can only mean one thing, right? It is an amazing time, a phenomenal time, a stupendous time, maybe an ideal time to summon your Primal Shards, right? No. Do not summon your primals, please. This is the bait to end all baits. This video is going to be short. It is going to be simple. Do not summon. Do not take the bait. For several reasons I will outline in this video, I am very confident the vast majority, the really extreme majority of you would come out of that regretting it. And yes, there'll be some of you, if you do choose to go for it, there'll be that one guy that pulls a Siegfried, or the one guy that pulls Galathier, or whatever you want, and then he's like, see, I don't regret it, it worked out great. You got lucky. This is a very suboptimal time to pull your primals for a couple reasons. So it's glowing red, that means there's a 2x, right? Yes and no. There is a 2x, but this 2x is not on Mythicals. And why do we hoard our primals? Why do you big spenders spend money on primals? For Mythicals. And if you're like me and you never buy them and you just have whatever you can get your hands on, your grubby little hands, you're saving them for a Mythical. That is the goal. If you don't do that, these are entirely red ancients. Shout out to my boy, J Gigs, and I am sure he is still calling these godforsaken shards red ancients. Because what else could they be? I mean, functionally, the rates are not good enough to get hyped up about anything unless there's a 2x on Mythicals. And this really is a trap. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't need me to tell them this. I think a lot of people can see, oh, 2x chance, but it's only epics and legendaries. But I think some people are going to see red shooting out from the portal. They're going to read 2x, and they're going to say, dang, I've been saving primals for a while. I want to pull. To those people, I say, you're welcome for the video. Is there an argument you could do it? Sure. We've got some events going on. I'll break down why I don't think these events are good and why I don't think it matters. But yes, if you want to participate in those events, and some people will, and you also just say, hey, they're red ancients anyway, but now we've got a 2x on two good things, fine. But at the end of the day, the be-all end-all, in my opinion, with these Primal Shards, well, really, there's two things, right? There's the core thing, which is they exist so you have a chance to get mythical champions, the most overpowered things in all of Raid Shadow Legends. The second thing, kind of a me thing, I don't know. If you're just completely cynical and you do not think you're ever going to get a mythical, that's definitely this guy right here. Occasionally, I would not fault you, as I have done here and there, to use them as summon rush currency. However, we do have a summon rush live right now, but we don't have a fusion, you know, we don't have some really spicy path event or anything like that. That's a summon rush style path event. We have a Titan event to get a 5-star perfect soul for a support champion. Yeah, Donatello's cool, but is that a reason to pull your Primal Shards in a suboptimal situation where there is no double rate on Mythicals? In my opinion, hell fricking no. Without exception, heck no. When you click on your Primal Shards and you have the red portal and you click on this eye over here and you get all the chances, if the mythical number is not in yellow and it doesn't say 1%, I do not think it's worth your time in the vast majority of situations. The singular time I'd say it's okay, if there was an amazing fusion going on, right, and there was a summon rush, and you want to get some good bang for your buck in terms of shards, and that's the only way you can finish the fusion, you ran out of sacreds, you can't use mysteries, whatever it is, then like, yeah, I think that's a very specific thing. But if you're just saying, oh, I just want to be pulling primals and this feels like a good time to do it, I think you're probably saying the wrong stuff to yourself. So let's look at what we have going on. Essentially, we have two things that might influence you wanting to do this. We have a Summon Rush and we have a Smart Fella Titan event. Let's start here. This is the event I was describing when I talked about the 5-star Perfect Soul for Donatello. And obviously to get that, you need 1,500 pizza points. And to get those pizza points, you'll have to be summoning a lot. I made a whole other video, which was one of my most viewed videos ever. So thank you guys so much, where I basically said most people should not be heavily participating in this. And the reason for that is you can pretty comfortably get the 3-star Perfect Soul with very little effort, as you can see what I'm doing here. With just a little tiny bit of effort, but without extra summoning, you can probably get the end of the 4th milestone, which is this legendary relic that's pretty dang good. and the amount of effort it would take to get the 5-star Perfect Soul, the amount of summoning you would have to do to finish this 5th milestone would be fairly tremendous. Now, doing all of that with the Leonardo Path event looming above all of it, upcoming now in just a couple weeks, which very, very, very likely will be a Summon Rush based path event in which you can get not only Leonardo, who very well could be the best of the 4 turtle champions in the game, but also his 5-star Perfect Soul. How could you justify this? We have Leonardo, who is a DPS, a very well-rounded character, a very rare Void Legendary, and you're gonna probably tank your chances at that, unless you're a very big spender, to go for a 5-star soul for Donnie, where like the 3-star soul for so many players will be sufficient. So I don't think you should let this Titan event inform your decision whether or not to pull your Primal Shards. The 2x without the Mythicals is a bad idea, and summoning to get extra Titan points with the Smart Fella Titan event, in my opinion, is also a bad idea. I want to say one thing: if you're a big spender, then like, why not? It's going to cost you not that many primals, and you're a big spender. Do whatever you want to do. But I'm always talking to people with a budget, moderate spenders, and then free-to-plays. It just doesn't make sense. You just shouldn't do it. It makes no sense. So this is just like, see how far you can go. Try to stay on top of everything, because getting the 600 pizza points for the 3-star soul is so easy. If you're a daily player in Raid, you can do that free-to-play like it's nothing. And then don't go for this unless you have ridiculous savings, or you're a big spender, or Donatello is your favorite character ever, blah, 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 blah. And even still, if Donnie's your favorite character, is a 3-star soul not enough for your favorite character? He'll understand. Raphael's his brother, Leonardo's his brother. He gets it. So I just do not think it makes sense at all. If we look at the actual Summon Rush, of course you can get pizza points here, and then it's a lot. You can get 200 total. So there are a lot on the board. But the other rewards, they're not so good. Like, they don't really get relevant, in my opinion, until this final line. I will say the 750 Immortal Soul Coins, that's nearly enough for an Immortal Soul Stone, which is pretty cool. You know, we have the Raphael deck coming in just a couple weeks, and that one very likely will be a Soul Stone pulling deck. So this gets you something, but it's still only 3/4 of an Immortal Soul Stone. I just think no. And everything else here, I don't know. If you're not in on the pizza points, which I don't think you should be, 1 Mortal Soul Stone, a touch of energy, a 4-star chicken, 6-star Chaos Ore is okay. I mean, lower rarity, relic crafting materials for the events. You know this is going to be nothing. I just think it's just not worth it. If you're going for those 3,500 points, you're talking with Primal Shards, 17.5 Primal Shards, so I guess it'd be 18 Primal Shards. These are so hard to save if you're not buying them a lot, and they are so expensive to buy. $5 is like the best deal you're going to see for a Primal Shard, you know, in terms of price per shard. Brutal stuff. The rewards on the bottom line are pretty good, as you might expect. They're not mind-blowing, but they're definitely pretty good. You're getting half the materials you need in terms of legendary Radiant Sun Lily relic crafting. Half, not even 100. I just think, what are we doing here, right? Are we serious? Then a 5-star chicken, cool. But I mean, that's going to cost you 27 Primal Shards. They're 200 a pop. I mean, that's crazy. Legendary Skill Tome, always nice, but you can farm those in Clan Boss. Be patient. Mythical, this is pretty nice. I mean, if you're, I will say, okay, let's take a step back here. If you're a big spender, shout out my boy Larry or something. I mean, 32 Primal Shards to get a Mythical Skill Tome, that's not too shabby, right? If you have to be a very big spender, I'm talking like significant whale and above, but I mean, that's not bad. And then 50 of the Radiant Sun Lilies, again, they're not giving us enough for an entire craft, but when it's the mythical crafting materials, kind of like it. And then nearly enough to buy an entire Eternal Soul Stone. That again is really spicy. That is a ton of points for the Path event. And for huge spenders, this is somewhat achievable, right? I mean, it's very achievable. 38 primals. Yeah, I think it's probably a good idea for someone like Larry, maybe some people that spend a little less than that, but for the vast majority of us, you get the picture. No, do not summon. No, do not summon. This is a bait. This is a trap. Do not engage with this. There you go. If you're not yet playing Raid Shadow Legends and you want to have the best free-to-play start in this game imaginable, and that is without any regard to if you'll stay free to play or start spending. You just want to have as many free, amazing things as you can when you start the game. Use my link in the description and the top pinned comment. You get a bunch of good rewards, and then most importantly, 4 phenomenal epic champions, insanely good for progression, insanely easy to build, and most importantly, you will begin on download the second you can open your inbox with Deacon Armstrong for free instantly. It is perfect. What more could you want? Many people call this the best link in all of Raid Shadow Legends, and for good reason. I'm not just blowing smoke. This is the strongest, most well-rounded start you can have. You do not need mediocre legendaries like my old links used to have. I requested to have them taken off in favor for phenomenal game-breaking epics that are easy to build and that you can use for an unbelievably long time in this game. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Fastidious. Share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.